like, dude, I'm pretty sure you're C, just because I know what Cerny's pickle tastes like.
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that this show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Yes, once again, or possibly for the first time.
Maybe. I'll tell you what, Cerny, for the first time, July 5th, Dragon.
Get up for work. I was like, no.
And you know what? I mean, we had a couple beers, but nothing like, as they used to say,
the old days.
Back in the day. Nothing like back in the day. Not
slamming and going hog wild.
Yeah, it was a lot. But we literally were fresh off the, I guess now it's an annual Joe's mom's 4th of July birthday, or 4th of July / Cern's wife's birthday bash. Extravaganza.
Right. It is an annual now.
It's a great time. Well, they got a pool over there, so makes it real attractive.
Pool, nice big yard for the kids to run around and play.
Yep. Less. So we're just recovering from that. Still, I noticed work was a little quiet on the
Mine
Slack.
Too. It was pretty quiet. A little bit here and there. But overall, quiet day, which is fine because
that's no problem.
I was already in my head. I was like,
should have taken.
Okay, this person calls me, I'm not answering. If this person emails me, I'm not going to answer. I'm prioritizing but I didn't hear from him, so I didn't have to. We didn't have to cross that bridge today.
That's good. Yeah, we had a great time. Joe, had some. What was he? He has a smoker going. Does he have like a Traeger? I just see ads for Traeger all the time.
No, he has a. I want to say it's like a Weber smoker. Like he has like the coals and stuff. So he was texting me. So he started that bad boy at. In fact, let me give you the exact
brisket, right?
Yeah, he had 2 briskets.
Okay.
He gave me a schedule. Hold on.
I mean, I will say, upon arrival, I was getting the smoke was wafting in my general direction, and it was. I'm not a meat eater, but it smelled delightful. It smelled amazing.
So he started smoking at midnight the night before. Well, I guess it would be the morning of.
Okay.
So he said midnight to 6 a.m. he was smoking it.
So he was pulling an all-nighter to babysit a smoker?
Yes. Yeah, he was doing it all night. Wow. Smoke extravaganza.
Now, so why can't you just do it in the, what if he just would have woken up at 6 and then done from 6 to noon?
He had a rest schedule and all that other stuff.
Oh, you got to work.
Briskets, you got to take. It takes a full brisket. It's at least like a 16-hour, 14-hour, smoke if you want, because it's really fatty. So you want it to smoke it to melt all that fat into the meat and melt it off as well.
Buttery sounding.
Yes, exactly. That's the philosophy. Now he was saying, because it wasn't a hot 4th of July. It was nice and it was pretty comfy.
I think
but he was struggling with the smoke,
75?
with the wind.
The wind.
Yeah. The wind, yeah. So the wind, and it was cooler, so it's harder for a barbecue to keep its temp when it's cold and windy. It's blowing his coals out, and so he was struggling. He was battling it all night. I was getting text messages like 11:30.
Wait, you're sleeping, and he's just sending updates to you?
Yes. Yeah.
So you wake up and you just see Joe, and it's like 8 new messages.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? He's like telling me that. And like 7 a.m. He's like, I was fighting that fucker all night.
Wow. Man, I don't know.
He was dedicated.
Seriously, though. But then, and that means he's dragging ass for 2 days because you're sleep deprived.
I know. I mean, Joe has enough energy so he could pull it off, but sorry, kids asked me if the internet was down.
Well, we're live.
We're live.
All I know is our internet's good, so that's on you, kid.
Yep. Like this was a discussion during the
it was
July. Yeah, the kids they want like perfect like screaming
fast
with not even a hair glitch. And they talk about that. They're gaming. I'm lagging, and I'm looking at it like I don't see a lag. It's like a real click, I'm like, oh, kids, you don't know what the deal of you don't know what lagging is. I'm telling you that right now.
No, I mean we were talking about it at the thing. We were playing. COD 4 back in the day on Xbox 360. I think
360. Yeah.
Now we're dating ourselves now.
Woo.
But there would be times where your screen would just be frozen, or it would just start like it would skip ahead 10 seconds. I mean, it's impossible.
It was like,
screwed.
And it was always like whoever was like the host. It's like who's downloading porn? That was like the
right. I mean, I definitely, if you're gonna be gaming on Xbox, you had to turn off your Kazaa or your LimeWire, whatever torrent situation you're downloading.
You can't run two applications at one time at that. It was
got to get all the bandwidth.
You're dedicated.
Yes. So, speaking of which, we know my Xfinity problems continued, but I got hooked on Prime Day's coming up next week. The Amazon's summer Black Friday, if you will. And they put some lures out for the suckers like myself. Early Prime Day deals, Prime customers only on the home, on the main banner of Amazon.com. The new Eros 6 Wi-Fi 6 system.
Tri-band. I'm looking at this.
They were enticing me. They were just enticing me with the Wi-Fi, and all it takes is my wife to complain once or twice. I'm more than happy to try to drop another couple $100 on some new piece of technology.
She don't want to know that.
No, she doesn't. So I bit the bullet this morning. I got the new Eero 6E, 6 Pro E, I think.
Oh.
I don't know. It's a mesh Wi-Fi system. So we'll see how it goes. It says wireless speeds up to 1.6 gigs per second.
Oh.
Which is quick.
That is lightning fast.
So the Pornhub is just going to be no problem. Almost instant download. Instant stream.
Smoke coming off the dick. That's about well. That's not here.
So, yeah. And it says support for 100+ devices. Which, if you really, Cerny, you're probably got 2x what I have. But if you actually sit down and you write down everything that's connected to the internet in your house, that list gets long quick.
Yeah, you're like, really?
Cameras. Oh, you got an iPad, a computer, your work computer, your phone, and it's like, oh, okay. There's 5
light
things
switches. You have all plugs. You have all sorts of shit.
Everything. TVs now.
Yeah.
Yep. So I will report back on how this performs. I believe it's being delivered in a few days. Actually, on the Amazon Prime, if it's available, same day, how do you usually... I like getting one big box with multiple things than breaking it up. So I'll try to get them all delivered on this.
It depends on if it's like I really want it. Like, I'll just...
Yeah.
Put it in as many boxes you want. I want it as fast as possible. I want it but if it's not something that's like, eating at me, yeah, you're right. I'll just do one big box.
Plus, it does give you a little bit of the warm and fuzzies inside. It's like, I'm doing something for the environment.
Yes, that's true.
They're going to drive it on a truck rather than fly it on some fucking drone that's polluting the environment or something. Which in actuality, it's probably not. Doesn't really matter.
Just drone. It's probably just in the warehouse.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how this new one is. But I think I've had my existing Eero. I'm just upgrading my Eros system. I think it's probably 2 or 3 years old.
I wonder would all those devices recognize it again, or would you have to reconnect everything?
Fuck, I hope I don't have to reconnect everything.
That's
a pain in the fucking ass.
Yeah, it's a huge pain in the ass.
I think how I get around it is when it's like create your thing. I just call it the same exact thing and have the same password. So it's just.
Yeah, I think so.
I just try to roll it forward. Just try to roll it on in. Roll it on in. Now, on the, I usually am not purchasing fireworks to throw into the kitty here at the 4th of July thing.
Yeah,
I went and hit up one of the booths the day before, because when you try to go the morning of the 4th, slim pickings. The pickings are slim.
Oh, it's like just the scraps.
You want sparklers and wolf packs, no problem. But any kind
of fireworks?
No, gone.
You can have like maybe Pickle Pete's.
Yeah, you get the bottom of the barrel type of stuff. But I went in there and the guy pulled the person pulled one or two over on me, and he got me on the snakes.
The big pile of shit.
Yeah, because I was like, well, how many boxes? And he goes, well, how many kids do you have? So he somehow knew, or maybe I let it slip that I had kids. And he's like, oh, kids love the snakes. I'm like, okay, cool. Give me, they're like, oh, they're 2 for whatever. I'm like, okay, give me two packs. And then we lit one of them, and I'm like, oh, this is the snake. And I look in the thing. We have like 8 fucking boxes of them left. I'm like, oh, boy. This is going to be... He's back.
I'm back. I was jinxed. Comcast.
You were lagging.
Yeah. Oh, you froze. I can hear the word.
Oh, I froze.
Oh,
no.
But that was I'm sure it was mine.
Oh, man.
Kids jinxed it. Comcast is back at it. They just moved from Chip to CERN.
I don't know. Somehow they know to take both of us out at the same time. But the giant snake pyramid turned out to be a solid use of multiple boxes.
Now the smoke bombs, those are a hit. Those are always a hit with the kids. They like to run through the smoke.
Yeah, those were good. I stood in front of the smoke, and it was like I took a huge fucking bong rip. I was like, like purple smoke in the face. I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Why did I think this was a good idea?
I know. Kids always like to run through it every time.
Yeah. Now, I don't know about you. Joe didn't reveal this, but I felt he was a little bit underwhelmed by his fireworks purchases.
I think he was. He was a little.
I think he was a little poo at the end, sort of.
You think that's it?
Well, because I don't know. I think obviously the prices probably went up. Hashtag inflation.
Big time.
And,
so you tell me there was one that he likes to buy. He says normally it was like $55 or something like that. He says this year was 100 something. I was like, oh, fuck. Times 2.
Damn. So I think these fireworks that Joe got, I don't know for sure. I would guess he probably dropped 80.
Oh yeah,
60 to $100 on these things. And I thought they were cool. The kids were into them, but
kids liked them.
I think Joe wanted something a little more grand.
He did. Now I liked so I saw like the local news here was I saw what they were doing, something like some lady was following the fucking fire department, and like a car drove through a driveway or a garage door or something, and they're like talking about the safeties of 4th of July. And they're like, you can hear it out here. It sounds like a war zone with all these illegal fireworks. And then like the fucking police captain or the fire captain, whatever they are. Like, the lighting off illegal fireworks is very dangerous. You could set somebody's house on fire. You can injure yourself and possibly turn fatal. Like they started doing that shit. And it's like, and here's all the numbers where you can narc on your fucking neighbor for.
Oh, they posted them up?
Yeah. Vice City. I was like, oh no.
Well, Cerny, you tell me this, that if you're at your last place, if your next door neighbor was shooting some mortars off, would you have ring? Hello, Fire Marshal Bill. I'd like to report on something.
I can't, like, that's like a moral thing with me. I can't.
Okay. You're not going to narc?
Narc on something like that. I just can't do it.
Okay.
Now, if she was kicking babies or puppies, then yeah.
Oh, of course.
My finger would have been bleeding. So, this so fast. But something like that, it's like, I can't do
just
it.
Let it ride. Let it ride. Although driving home, we did pass a fire, that there was 2 fire trucks they were putting out already on the side of the freeway that it, shot over and caught some brush on fire. I'm like, this is why we can't have nice things here. It's because fucking dumbasses. I don't know. But
always dumbasses. No, my dad was pissed off because he said there was some lady like walking in the neighborhood, like writing people's names down and shit of the.
Oh my god!
Who's legal fireworks to turn them in?
What is? Do you get a fine? I would guess. You probably get fined, right?
It's like $1,000 fine.
Ooh.
I think.
Damn. How much is like Roman candle? I guess we'd have to go to like Nevada or something, or Arizona, where they don't care.
I think it's in Nevada. Like the lower part of Nevada sells it.
Okay. But yeah, I would say in terms of fireworks, this is one of the more tame years for Chip and CERN. But it's just the phase of life that we're in. I do foresee, not in like 2 or 3 years, but maybe 10 years when the kids are like 12, 16, 18, that maybe we start dialing up the rowdiness again, because they'll be more into that shit when they're that age. Back when I was a kid, we used to just hold the bottle rockets.
Initial fines in California are $2,000 now. Struggle in.
He's back. Wow, this is
a struggle.
Unprecedented. We better giddy up. Might be the shortest episode we got.
I know.
17 minutes, folks. Hope you enjoyed it.
Fucking Comcast.
Fucking
next
Comcast.
Week we'll rail against them again.
Do you have one thing I do like about the Euro system? You can, you basically like assign devices to profiles, and you could just shut profiles down.
Yeah, which I'm about to. Everyone's gone but me.
Full power. Full power. Now you're gonna have a line of complaints next to your desk. Turn my internet back on?
Yeah.
Sorry, there's greatness being dropped. There's greatness happening.
Okay, Verizon has nothing. Verizon has nothing.
That was on me. That was my fault.
Oh, okay.
I saw it stop recording because it closed out or something, and I pressed record, and then it fucking flickered the screen, and then it booted up again.
Oh, okay. I was like, man, Verizon's got shit. So I read back of that.
So this is we're really struggling this evening. Not like Sir and I personally, just our internet connection.
Comcast must be struggling. It has the hangover as well. 4th of July hangover.
So we'll tidy this thing up. We'll talk about the annual Dilly Pickle Off, and then we'll put a nice bow on this thing.
Okay. Yes.
I know, Cerny. Okay. So as everybody, or the Cerny Celeste and the Chipmunks know about our annual 4th of July Pickle Off. Myself, Cerny, and Joe, we all throw together our best concoctions of pickles and have them be judged by the visitors of the party.
The no palates.
Yes, these are, and I say this with love, no palate having motherfuckers who can't have one fucking red pepper chili flake in there or too many peppercorns because it's too much.
It's too much. Yeah, you're right.
It's too much. So the first time we did this, Joe commissioned an amazing trophy, and I took it home. Then we had a missed year because COVID, so technically back-to-back champion.
Yeah. 2 years running.
2 years running. Then the next year, and everyone, I think we were wise to everybody's palate preferences, we'll just say. And we did a different direction, but I, not making excuses or anything, but I just felt I got caught a little bit too close to the timeline, and I didn't have a chance to practice the pick. Like it wasn't, a little bit out of practice. Anyway, I lost.
I tried to put a little horseradish in last year. Tried to do like a little bit, and it just
yes. We took a couple creative. We made some creative decisions, but Joe bested us. Joe just went easy, classic garlic dill, straight 80. This year, me and Cerny were determined to pry that trophy out of Joe's hand.
Yes. So I went with a classic dill pickle. That was my strategy.
I also want the classic garlic dill pickle. I did 2 versions. I did the classic garlic dill, and then I did one where I added some more spices to it, some celery seed, mustard seed. I was trying to get fancy, go a little bit extra on it. But I ended up submitting just the classic garlic dill run the mill. Now, funny enough, this year we all took the exact same approach.
And we were talking about it last week, Rose. Like I didn't start it until I think we started the same day, you and I.
Yeah, like I think we did. I texted you because I'm like, okay, I finally did it. And it was I was nervous.
That was the same one.
I was nervous. It was a little bit late. Also, last year there was a little bit of scoring. There was some controversy with the voting. We'll just say that. Or kerfuffle.
So your wife did your wife did fashion advice, easy,
straightforward
scorecard,
rubric, first, second, third. And then to make things easier, rather than naming the pickles 1, 2, and 3, is A, B, and C.
Yep.
Dare I say, idiot proof. And I think we did pretty well with the scoring rubric.
Except for, so we had the pickles out, and I voted mine last.
So part of it is that we went by, and I'm like trying these, and I'm like, oh, which one's mine? Because you can't, you just don't know. And there's a plate that says A, and it has cut up spears of pickles, B, C. And I'm going through and I'm like, okay, I think this one's Cerny's. So I was like, okay, I'm just noting this. And I had what I thought was mine. Now I had mine and I'm like, uh-oh, I think I'm in trouble here because I got way too much of the cucumber coming through. And that was not my intention. So I should have done a little bit more vinegar or something. But then I tasted Joe's and I tasted Cerny's and I'm like, oh, this isn't looking good for me. But I still voted. I had to vote for myself first, right? You got to do it.
Yeah, you voted yourself first.
And how did your score thing go, sir?
I mean, I liked mine. I actually like mine, but I was looking at the pickles and I thought, this is the same pickle that because I was it was pretty close. The taste wasn't too far off. And I was like, I said, I think I'm C, but maybe I know I use that type of pickle. B is, so I'm going to vote for this one. And I thought, then the C's got to be Joe. So I'm going to vote him last. So I outthought myself.
You overthunk it. And
then the kids were like, yours is C. And I was like, because I had them, obviously, I had 2 jars, so I had them taste it firsthand. Yeah. And I was like, are you sure? Like, yep, 100%. And, their palates are like, they can't find their shoes. Right. But when it comes to food, they're fucking brilliant detectives. And I was like, fuck. Voted myself last.
And then I submitted my scorecard and I'm like, Cerny, you're C, right? And he's like, no, I thought I was A. I'm like, dude, I'm pretty sure you're C. Just because I know what Cerny's pickle tastes like. And I knew Joe had a good pickle as well. And I knew what mine, I was pretty certain what mine was. And then the wives went in and tallied up all the scores. Turns out there was a tie for first out of 3. So, wow. Already, this is the excitement. Now, the one thing I was a little bit that I didn't understand is what was the tiebreaker?
I think the most second place votes.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. So, it turns out that Joe won. Joe retained his trophy. He put a good pickle in there. I'm not going to discount Joe's win. He had a good pickle.
The fucking kicker is I tied him. Not only did I not vote for myself, I also voted myself last. So
Cerny literally had the trophy figuratively in his hands. All he had to do was write his own pickle top, and he would have won.
Oh, I fucked it.
And it slipped right into Joe's.
I overthought it,
paws.
And it was my undoing.
Right into Joe's meaty paws.
Right, and it stays there.
Yeah. Now, Cerny did mention it as well, and I kind of after. I think we're hanging it up on the Pickle Off. It's too much for me. I can't. It's too much. I got to step back.
I think we need more people there too. Because I think the same people. It's like because then you kind of know, like, oh, just minus me. Everyone else would know what the type of pickle it is.
Yeah,
I tasted mine. I was like, this tastes like mine. But
and they all were
really close. No one really deviated. I think everyone's kind of figured out the formula. Like, just go with the fucking Colossan pickle or Vlasic or whatever it is. Just go with that style. Don't deviate.
And the pickles, they were all the same. Like, clearly we all, without colluding with each other, we're all like, let's just all make a garlic dill pickle and we'll keep no spice whatsoever. And we all did the same exact playbook. Yeah. But it was like Joe executed a little better and Cerny, just didn't know his own pickle.
No.
So, nope.
Joe even said, I liked yours better, but I knew it wasn't mine, so I voted for me. I was like, we're trying to do the same fucking thing.
And I was like the opposite of Joe. I knew mine wasn't that good, but I had to put it forward because but I wasn't confident. I wasn't confident in that. So anyway, that's the pickle off. That's the pickle off.
Oh well, we're gonna have to go something else. Pizzas.
I think pizzas is a good, and everyone's a winner. Plus, that could take a little bit of pressure off Joe having to pull an all-nighter, fucking babysitting this brisket, smoking this thing.
I know. It could be gusty winds, and we'll just fire to unis.
Yeah, because if we had triple unis, we could fucking crank some Zaws out, dude. If we just boom, boom, boom. So what do we leave it all up to? You got to, if you want to buy your dough or make it or margarita or whatever.
I say we got
oyster.
Make it, and we'll decide on like a margarita, just a basic.
Yeah,
and then we'll just pull them
tomato
out.
sauce.
Maybe we'll do it. We'll do it on the side, where the barbecue was, like away from everyone. We'll just pull them out, cut them up, have somebody mix them up, and then we'll be game on.
I think that would be fun, and I feel like Joe would be game because it's a lot easier on him.
People will be fed.
Yeah,
we'll hang out and have some brewskis and cook some za.
I'm down. Yeah, I'm down to
sounds fun to me.
We'll pitch that. Let's pitch that. Maybe we'll do a trial run later in the summer, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I like the idea of that. I think that's a good call.
I agree.
But yeah. Should we continue going? Do you think we should go? We should just put a bow on this 4th of July episode before Xfinity has its way with it.
Before Xfinity, might as well. I think we're on borrowed time again.
I think we are on borrowed time.
It's gonna strike.
This might be the shortest episode of the Chip and Stern Show ever. But here we'll
next week. Don't worry, we'll fix Xfinity and we'll make up for it. We'll go long.
Put a 90 minutes,
some kind of horseshit.
Put 100. Put a 2-hour episode out there for it.
It's like the series finale on some some show. It's like the season finale.
Oh,
2-hour special.
2-hour special. And that's the one that you pull the plug on when you're staying up late and you're like, oh, this is the finale. Should we do it? And if it's like, oh, it's normally like a 37-minute episode and you look at the finale, it's like hour 20. You're like, I'm out.
Yeah.
You lost me. I can't.
I always make that mistake too because I always start it because I'm always like, okay. And then it's like, damn, how long is this? I'm like, I still got an hour left. Fuck. Well, it's going to be 2-parter for certain. So I'm going to bed.
2-parter. Yeah. So, and I will just say, your wife said, and this warmed my heart. She said, whenever the kids are asking a question about something, and you always say, oh yeah, well one time me and Chip, and she goes, whenever I hear a story and it starts with me and Chip did this,
yeah,
I know she just walks out of the room because she doesn't want to hear it.
She doesn't want to hear it, or she tishes me.
And I'm like, I'm talking to my wife. I'm like, we weren't bad. Like,
no, we weren't bad.
I mean, we weren't going to church, but we weren't fucking.
I think it was more of like because it's just the stupid shit. So
it's just dumb high school boy shit that we did.
Yeah, and that's what shit. Because there's a child that doesn't quite understand.
That's a dumb high school boy.
Yeah, so to the lines of like this seems like fun and maybe I shouldn't do this or blurred. So it's like she's like I don't want to feed him any.
Oh, any ideas?
Yeah.
That's fair. Hey. Well, I was just happy that we walked away from this 4th of July. We had all of our fingers and related appendages.
Yep.
All of our kids have our fingers, so it's a win.
No,
it's a win in my book.
It wasn't hungover or like praying for death the next day.
That's true.
I mean, well, hungover. I mean,
yeah.
Work alarm goes off. Maybe a little prayer for death does come. That's every day.
Oh, the snooze was hit. Make certain about the snooze was hit this morning.
A few times.
You just put the more conservative alarm. You're like, I don't need to get up that early. I'll just tack in 20.
Okay, well, and the alarm goes off. You hit before you hit snooze. Always run through like, do I have any call? Nope.
That's what I do on like calendar app. First meeting. Yep. I'll just
decline
snooze button here and take another couple extra winks from myself. Charge up the batteries. But yes,
I do that too.
Well, another successful Chip and Cern 4th of July. Pizza party next time. No more pickles.
No more pickles. Pizza party. Maybe we'll go for like, I can see us like 20 years from now. We're like the pickle pizza sauerkraut. Kimchi.
5 things we're doing.
We start brewing fucking beer or something.
The Ferment Fest. 4th of July Ferment Fest. We just are It's like careful, like, oh, you can't leave anything in the car because the car is going to explode with all the glass jars of all the fucking bacteria in there and shit. But
Chip, Cern, and Joe, Farm to Fork.
Farm to Fork 4th of July party. I love it. Hey, I'm here for that. I'll take it.
Oh, yeah.
There was a nice garden. We'll have them put some fresh basil in there. We could just walk over and pluck off some fresh basil.
I don't know.
Let's
if
do
Cat
it.
would be happy with that.
Yeah.
Make her own guard like a bunch of rabbits.
Yeah, we already are. We did have a great water balloon battle with the kids.
That was nice
fun.
One.
That was good.
Those you fill up 50 in a minute. Those are great.
I want to say me and Joe were trying to do the math. I think we had 300 water balloons in that ice chest.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yes, it was.
And basically all the parents just had them kind of squirreled away. And then we just were dropping bombs on the kids, like left and right.
Launching.
And then we started turning on ourselves.
Yeah, and some of the smaller kids if you moved, you were getting one at you.
Oh, yeah. They were not very
like the T-Rex looking for movement. That's all they were doing. If you're moving,
that's all.
On target.
On target. Locked on. Boom. Locked and loaded. Well, great 4th of July here. Hopefully everyone's safe. Getting no $2,000 fines in California for illegal fireworks, but yeah, no thanks. You know the drill. Stay horny, friends. Until next time. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
Cheers.